But
when's the last time you touched the gym?
2022.
Nice.
I want to say November 2022.
Yeah.
So my joke now is, now the gym I went into, the women dress very kind of respectable.
Right.
No disrespect.
The gym attire. Proper gym attire.
What is proper gym attire? Because hold on. Speak up louder into the mic for the Keke Palmer fans. You're telling a woman what to wear. You're telling a woman what to wear.
No. Let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. Camera here. Camera here. And camera there.
The Podical podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny.
What's up? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all streaming platforms possible. YouTube.
We are here.
PodicalSons.com.
Flip.
And appreciate the folks from all over. Salute to Belgium. Belgium be showing us love, and I don't know if I'm be saying it enough for the salute to Belgium.
Salute
to Belgium. Brussels is one spot, but then salute to Belgium. There's other countries and stuff too. What about us? With the UK, yes.
Listen.
People in the US,
wherever you're at, if you get tuned into us,
no,
to
you
listen,
can't do it like that.
I got to, man, because there's some spots they're probably listening to us and we don't even know.
And then next time you get
we don't even know.
They come out with the mail, with the fan mail. They come out with the Ask the Sons questions, whatever, and just rep your country, rep where you at, and then that's it.
I don't know if it may be too small for you to register, so I got you.
And yes, that's what it is, man.
It's all love, baby. How you feeling, Marv?
I'm good. And we were tripping out.
Yeah.
Last night, where I was at some barbecues and everything. We were tripping out. We were saying like, how did you know that how did a woman let you know that you were ugly?
Ooh.
Like from certain things and stuff that a woman probably done. Like, like say if like, you went to go talk to a chick, and when you went to go talk to a woman and stuff, she gave you like one of those little,
I never got the ugly thing. I think when I was younger though, when big lips wasn't a thing, I got teased with the big lips.
Mm-hmm.
I did get the big lip teasing.
You got a big lip tease?
I did get the big lip tease. Kids is mean, bro.
Kids is dirtbags.
Kids is dirtbags,
we know that.
man. Kids is dirtbags, man.
See, okay. So I said this.
Yeah.
I said, well, you might have not be too much of a looker if a woman give you a kind of look like on say you're in a dance hall in a club or something like that, whatever.
Right.
And it's a bubble notion. So you pull up on the bubble and everything like that, right? Because before I said, I'm going to say
bubble will test your steez. The bubble will test your steez, bro.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
It'll test your steez.
And that's what I told him and stuff. Like one time and stuff, I remember, I can't remember what song it was. Like I'm here, like me and my peoples and stuff, we jamming. And there's some other women and stuff, right? Some women right here jamming. Yeah. And then one she about my height, a little bit shorter.
Right.
She came in front of me and stuff, whatever. So like when the song hit, whatever, I see her friend like, he's cute. I was like, what the fuck? So I was laughing, and she heard me laughing on her and everything. And she's like, well, we got to make sure we can't have our friends dancing with no ugly chick. I was like, wow. And
that's the thing, eh? Ladies,
it's a legit thing. It's a legit thing. No woman can change my mind on that.
Ladies, tell me how the setup works. Is it like, do you all go to the club and say, listen, if someone's dancing behind me and I can't see him, I'm going to look at you for the okay. If you give me the okay, I'm going to keep bubbling.
You think that's
if I look at you and you got your face all screwed up, I'm going to turn around and be like, and then kind of slide out to the side. Because that's a move that I see and I fear. The look back and just slide out to the side. Because now you're questioning yourself. You're questioning yourself. You're questioning yourself, Marv.
Why are you questioning?
You're not as good as you thought you were.
Self-esteems get rearranged that night.
Self-esteems get rearranged,
that day,
bro.
that time. Yo, definitely. Because I looked at this stuff as where I've gotten one before.
You've gotten one?
I probably have gotten a few. I want to say, but I remember one in particular. I remember like I can't remember what song it was, but I know, like I said, it changed the whole mood and the setup for a minute.
Yeah.
Because with some of my peoples, of course, we out, boom, 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 and then whatever song stuff, she right here.
Right.
So I kind of pull up on her and everything. She gave me a turnaround look back. No! I was like, oh my gosh.
Why?
I was like, well, you were jamming and I was jamming. I was like, oh, okay.
See, the fear of being ugly, that was never my fear. It was always the fear of being too short. Because I was always been a short nigga. So I was like, she might turn around and feel like, I ain't tall enough. And then stop the dance.
No, man, if you taller than her, you good.
You then taller than I'm good?
You taller than her, you good and stuff with her. You might get a little dancing, you might get a push. It's that ugly thing and stuff for her. I was like, shit. Because I seen a not so attractive dude one time in Toronto. Like we were in downtown and stuff at a party, and then seen a dude, like I said, I was like, okay. And he pulled up on a chick to go dance with her one type of song. So I'm dancing with another woman right here.
Right.
He pull up on a chick, and then the chick gave a look back, and she's like, get your hands off me. I was like, oh my
Step away, tree monster.
So, yeah, and then even the chick, she's like, is that a friend of yours? Like, I don't know that dude. And I was like, but he had the little, like the...
kind of the Homer slide back into the trees.
yeah. I'm like, go into the washroom, go pay that dude $1, and let him flush the toilet. When you're into the cologne dude,
right?
While you get the tears out and then come back stronger, man. Because
that
was mean.
Yeah.
Let's get to these polls, man. Let's talk about these polls. First poll of the week said, do you walk with sight or do you walk with your fate? And sight came in with 80%. What do you walk with?
Fate.
You walk with fate. Talk about it.
Because I can't see tomorrow. I just believe tomorrow's going to be a good thing. And I keep that positive belief that today may not work for me, but today may just not be my day. But I feel like I'm a positive person. I feel like it's that ebb and flow. You know what I mean? Sometimes things go away from you, but I have faith that it's going to come back to me.
Okay. I said sight.
You said sight?
I said like God help those who help themselves. And I look at it stuff as I want to say most of the time I react anyway. Maybe because I want to say I consider myself spiritual.
Right.
And I consider myself spiritual. Now, if we're talking about like kind of percentage wise and stuff, whatever, like at 100%, I want to say I'm more at that 30 to 40 percentile, not even halfway. Because I look at it where in my walk of spirituality. Yes.
I missed it. We tongue twisting. We tongue twisting over here.
Because see, I'll show you how I'm under 50%. I can't even say it properly and shit. But I look at it where in my walk, I'm learning things from different, I want to say, religions that was set up prior and everything, and understanding. Because I even read some stuff the other day, and I didn't think some stuff about the Indian gods.
Right.
And I was like, how come they had so many? It was always a question in my mind and stuff. And then I kind of understand some of them.
Right.
And what the purposes that they serve. And
is it, don't mean to cut you. Is it kind of similar to how like the Egyptians, how they have so many gods? Like, does each god like represent like a specific thing?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But I want to say, let me say this. With the Egyptian stuff, I don't know too much of it because I never really read it up on it yet.
Right.
But I want to say they, like, let's say the Indian gods would remind me more of the Greek.
Okay.
Like the Zeus and them and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So like, you got top god like Zeus, and you got Shiva over here and stuff too. And then you build from levels and stuff are going down. So to me, it's like that. But that's why I'm like, there's not that many Greek gods compared to like the Indian gods.
Okay.
So But I look at it and stuff is where I'm just learning about different kind of faiths, religions, and understandings and stuff, and why people in this part of the world do this, or people that would practice this, do that, and understanding. So I want to say
it's funny that you mentioned sight, and then you explained why you said sight.
Mm-hmm.
Because like last week, I actually have to go to my Facebook page. Last week, I was reading my Bible and I came to this verse. And it hit me. So I posted. I was like, it's like James 2:26. And the verse reads, the body without spirit is dead, so is faith without works.
Yeah.
So I mean, just like you said, God helps those who help themselves. Like you can want it, but if you're not actively doing something to ensure that it comes to you, yo, I just read you the verse, man.
I don't know. You see,
spirit is dead, so is faith without works.
Hear me out. I know somebody and stuff, and this person, I don't know how they do it. Like, yo, they got this technique or this knack, or call it like God is good to them or God did.
Right.
Like, their world is intact.
Right.
Like, it's a step away from being in shambles, and it's probably like a good payday away from I'm on.
Okay.
They're like in that cusp of limbo and everything like that, and shit just always works out for them. I was like, yo, this is like, my God.
Right.
Yeah, they're just that's it. I'm like, that person walks with faith.
That's good.
That person walks with faith.
That's good.
And I look at it stuff as like, I wonder if I can really live. I don't know. Maybe my brain won't allow me, or my mindset, my current mindset won't allow me to live like that, whatever. But then again, that's like a modern day monk to me.
Right.
It's like a modern day monk. Monks don't really need too many things. They don't need, they just, have small set of requirements.
Yeah.
They're happy. They're in their mode. They're in their mind. Nothing else can really shake their world. And that's how some people and stuff like that move. Because I'm like, yo, don't you know your life is damn near might be in shambles? And they're like, yeah, I'm here though. I'm still doing it. B.I.G.
I think that's the attitude to have though, because one of the books that I've been reading was one of them was about the Hermetic principles, the 7 Hermetic principles.
Okay.
And one of the principles is action and reaction, right? Like you can't have one without the other, right? The same thing going back to what I was saying with the whole ebb and flow, right? You can't have one without the other, right? So if you have the mindset, it's like if you're down at the bottom and you're ground level and can't get no lower, then the only possible movement that you have is up.
Right, but it's not like it's not like like I want to say they're not at ground level.
Right.
So that person and stuff is on that cusp and that balance. So it's kind of like they can't afford a loss.
They can't afford the loss.
And even if it's a slight win, they will make it seem like it's like a lottery payday. So that's why I'm looking. Okay. I'm like, that's fucking. It's like, I want to say I'm not envious and stuff. Whatever. I admire.
You admire it, right?
I admire it, but I look at stuff. I was like, right now in my life, it's not applicable.
Okay,
it's not applicable. Okay, because I look at it stuff as like, I got a mouth to feed. I'm trying to get on and stuff. Right. Do some things, get my paper right. I'm like,
right, yeah.
I'm like, that's some hermit shit. When like I feel like my son could do his own damn thing, and I could just like walk around like hippie like and stuff. And be like, wherever I land, that's my home. Or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think you hit a key point there. Once you have someone that depends on you, and someone that needs you to be there.
Tres. This person got tres.
This person got 3 people depending on
tres. 1, 2, 3.
See, yeah.
Oh, we're in Canada. 2, 3.
See, yeah. See.
That's what I'm saying. They move like they dolo.
Yeah.
They move like they dolo.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, you're blessed, dog. Because I don't know how you made it this far.
I would love to be able to move like that.
That's what I'm saying.
I would love to be able to move like that because you're right. Moving like that is moving with purpose. And you probably might get shit done. And just like I was saying, this person
if you
feels
move like that,
if your person feels like they're on the top of the world, you're gonna feel like that because you avoided everything else that probably would hold you back or hold you down.
I'm telling you,
I can't be like that though.
The person's self-esteem and everything like that. I'm like, how do you fucking do it? Like, it's what I was like, 3 kids? I was like, yo, you don't give a fuck? Shit, I don't give a fuck. Like, really? Not even one? Not even a little smidge of a fuck?
Yeah.
Like a little partial fuck that gives something like, I was like, yo, you know what? I'm a fan. I told them stuff. I'm like, I'm a fan. No matter what, I'm a fan. I can't fuck with you like that. I can't bet on you. Don't bet on me to come in the Cobra Clutch for you and stuff, whatever. But I can appreciate this energy and this vibe because if one day, if my mind sets me to that level like that, whatever,
right,
I could probably say like, this is how such and such live.
You said 2 things to me, right? That I took to heart and made me think of things or look at things differently.
Okay.
Right? One of the things is that until they're of an age of an adult, right? I'm somewhat responsible for what my kids do.
Of course.
Right? The other thing that you said is that I'm responsible for what they do up until that point, right? And I gotta take responsibility because they didn't ask to be here. I fucked for them to be here.
Pretty much. That's what my mom said all the time.
Right. So now that I did that, I gotta be responsible for what I've put on this earth until they can be responsible for themselves, right? So the thought of having kids and not that's just not in my it's just not in my wheelhouse.
Like let me say this. Like I don't want to make it seem like the person.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I don't think that they don't give a shit about their kids.
They care about the kids and stuff, but it's just kind of like if they're gonna choose them or the kids, they're definitely choosing them. They're definitely choosing them.
And you know what? They come a certain age, I'm gonna have to agree. You have to choose. You have to choose. When they come to a certain age.
Their kids, neither one of the kids is over 18 yet. So neither one of the kids is over 18 yet. When they get over 18, I look at it stuff, it's like, no, I agree.
Yeah, you agree at that point.
Yeah, this is time to, the boots is to get tightened up and stuff, whatever, because welcome to wonderful world of reality.
Right.
So that part.
Yeah, I think one of the things that my sister used to tell me growing up is that when you have kids, you gotta do your best, but don't let them stress you out.
Facts.
Because when the stress don't kill you off, they still gonna be here on the earth doing whatever they want to do.
So Illmatic. So check this. I think is it Aquaman? I think it is Aquaman. I think one of the Aquaman sagas and stuff is where Aquaman has like a something on his hand. He lost a hand.
Okay.
I think he has a hook or something like that or something. But it was basically kind of like his brother tried to take the kingdom, and this DC version of Aquaman, brother tried to take the kingdom, had the sun on like some rock going into like an underwater lava volcano.
Okay.
And Aquaman was chained up and stuff.
Right.
Aquaman needed to get free because both of them are going to slide and burn off and everything.
Okay.
And Aquaman got one hand free from the chain. He couldn't get the other hand free. So my man took the knife that was holding the baby in the receiving blanket and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Held the kid and cut his own hand off. So he was able to save him and his son. But he became,
Captain Hook.
Uno. Yeah,
Right.
Captain Hook. I was like, that's an interesting thing. There's a woman by when I was looking at it and stuff, whatever, right? She's like, what the fuck am I gonna cut my hand off for this kid for? Right? So I was like, this is interesting. At the time I have kids.
Right.
So she had a kid.
Right.
I did not.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you want to cut your hand off to save your kid and your life and stuff, whatever? My life, possibly. My kid, I was like, hey, yo.
Screw that bastard.
and then she said it just like this. She's like, what if because she has a son, she's like, she said her son is gonna probably go find some woman someday, get married off, and she's left with the hand and the nub. She's left with the nub, and then when she's looking like she can't reach for groceries and shit because he's at his house with this woman over her fucking groceries, she can reach why she cut her hand off for her own child. I was like, what a wonderful world.
I don't know, man. I don't know, because I'm thinking, because it could go either way, right? Like, you could have a child that be like, damn, mom sacrificed her hand so I could be here.
Of course.
Argue with his wife to be. No, mom is living with us. I don't give a shit what you gotta say. If mom can't live with us, we're not getting married.
Okay. So I just know. There's just some circumstances
Would you like
the
to
in-laws might become the outlaws. Yeah.
Real quick.
That's it.
That's it.
Let's move on. This is a safer zone.
Pull one. That was just pull one, folks.
Right. The next one is, do we need dreams to be better in life? And 78% said yes. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel yes.
Yes?
I feel dreams challenge you. I think dreams, some dreams may bring you to a realization that you never had before. And
I'm about to say, I feel like dreams are like the part of the creative process.
Yeah, I can agree.
Dreams are part of the creative process and stuff. I'm like, if you don't dream, and this is why, like, sometimes I'd be pissed off at myself,
right?
Because, Jadakiss had this line. Salute to Jada, and he had this line. He said, "I only sleep late. I only sleep in when I run out of my weed and new material."
Okay.
Right? And I was looking at it like that. I was like, for real? But then he had an interview and stuff, and I think somebody just kind of asked him about the same thing. I'm like, yeah, I had a question about that line.
Yeah.
And he's like, he doesn't sleep and stuff like that. So when he does get the time to sleep and stuff, he's like, think about all the people that slip into REM sleep. This is where the dreams pop off with it.
Right.
There's the creativity and stuff starts to go on. And that's scientifically proven.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at it as stuff as where if I'm in sleep, if I'm into different sessions of REM sleep, like my creative juice and stuff flow better and the imagination kind of goes. Now, granted, I'm one of those weird people and stuff where I get inspired. I don't want to say not easily, but I get inspired by the people. And it has to be, I want to say, more so people if I don't know you.
Right.
And it's so weird. It's like, if I know you, I'll appreciate you. But I won't look at it as stuff as where, unless you sound, some people will have to sonic boom me with some new stuff, some new shit. Like you'll sonic boom me often because it'd be like, oh shit, I thought you knew about this. And then, oh shit, you just now know this much more and this much more. And I like that.
Right.
Because I find it intriguing.
Right.
And there's some people and stuff, they really do have a legit ceiling on what the fuck they know.
Right.
And they're stagnant. Like, you know, like closed-minded people and stuff, to me, like, when you think your way is absolute, you're one out of the 8 billion people on the planet. How the fuck you think your way is the only way, or your small pocket of friends who might be echo chambering what you say is the only absolute way?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it is Nikola Tesla or Thomas Edison.
Mm-hmm.
But one of them had pretty much said, basically, they was like, well, how do you get your ideas for your inventions? And brothers basically said, sleep. Like, I go into REM sleep and that shit come to me. And one of them had like I don't know if it was a penny tied to like a string or something like that, right? But it was attached to like a candle. So when the candle would like burn to a certain point, it would burn the string, the penny would drop and wake that person up. So he said what he would do, right, is he would set up everything.
Was that the first alarm clock?
Fall into his REM sleep, right? And when the penny would drop and wake him up, whatever he was dreaming about, he'd write down.
Yeah, you're supposed to jot down your dream.
Yeah, he would jot down and he said, yo, that was pretty much like some of my inventions came from me dreaming.
Yeah.
So it's 100% what you say.
Well, because like worlds and countries have been built on like somebody else's dream, right? Like it was someone else's vision to say, you know what? This town could be great with blah, 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 farmland, this and all. But people just like, okay, just, I guess, congregating and just surviving.
Right.
And then one person might have had a proper dream, or multiple people have dreams.
Right.
And they're like, well, what about this sector and this sector? And then they kind of came together. So the benefit of dreams and stuff, whatever, is for real to get a better life or get most out of life per person and world.
Yeah.
What about nightmares? Are nightmares needed?
Yeah, I think so. I think nightmares have the similar effect as dreams, but serve more of a warning purpose.
Oh no, not. My life is too fucked up. That's the reason why I woke up.
Maybe there's something in the day that you gotta back up a little bit from. That you know what I mean. Your nighttime vision is telling you about.
So what's the warning now? He's saying it's a warning purpose. Like, what if you you get a warning? Because people say they have dreams that somebody else cheated on them or something like that.
Right.
What if the case they never had anybody cheating on them? What warning purpose was that? That they were gonna cheat?
Yeah, they may have cheated on me. I've had dreams that made me second guess what I was gonna do the next day.
Meaning what?
Let's say coming this Friday is a party going on, like it's a huge party and stuff like that, right?
All right.
Yo, I've had dreams that I've been in events and something like just disturbing has popped off, right?
Okay.
And an event might be happening that I need to go the next day, and I'll be like, yo, this could be a warning dream. And I'll just not go. And it doesn't necessarily mean that something has to something will happen, but just the fact that I have that dream kind of makes me feel uneasy and almost like this may be like a premonition of something to happen. Okay,
now you said dream instead of nightmare now.
Yeah.
So that means it wasn't disturbing enough to kind of kill your sleep and kill you.
Not disturbing enough to make me wake up and be like, but enough to be like, okay, maybe this is a warning dream.
So, oh no, okay, give me a nightmare wake up dream that you've had.
Ooh.
Because I have I want to say a reoccurring one, but it's like the outfits of me changes, like my clothes kind of change.
Yeah.
But definitely when it's happening, I was like, oh, again. And it's like, I had the dream one time when I was younger. So I want to say, we'll say kid. So say I must have been like maybe teenage years or so, say 14, 15, falling from the sky. I'm watching on the beach, myself falling from the sky, right before I hit the water and everything like that. Myself on the beach, I'm looking and stuff, vanishes. So now I am the person. So picture you look up, you're like, right. Somebody falling?
And then next thing you know, you're looking down.
Yeah, and then there's no one at the beach.
Right, you're right.
So now I'm not fully the person falling.
Yes.
So now I'm shitting bricks. Now I'm like, oh my God. I'm about to hit this water and break every fucking bone in my body.
Right.
And then when I touch water, it turns into glass. So it's not like
shatters.
It just shatters.
Right.
So I'm looking like, okay, this is way fucking before this whole Get Out stuff with the sunken place.
Right, yeah.
So when I saw the sunken place in the Get Out flick, whatever, I almost caught a heart attack. I caught my heart attack. That's exactly how I looked in my dream. Right? So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, and the first time I had this nightmare dream was probably, like I said, 14. Yeah. Had it again at 20 something. And I had it, I want to say, probably about 33, 34.
Okay.
And so like the first time and stuff I remember like my clothes was like a white jacket,
Right.
like a white bomber jacket.
Right.
And then I'm falling from the sky and stuff for there. And then when I had it at 24, I had a white t-shirt on
Okay.
and blue jeans. Still white and blue, white and blue, white and blue.
Yeah.
The 34, I had a white button up on uni. I had the uni on and stuff, whatever. And I'm going, I was like, I'm getting older. My clothes is changing.
But it's still the recurring dream. Still the recurring dream.
So at 34, what was the extra fucked up part now, or 33, 34,
Right.
when I fell and I hit and I went through the glass, most of the time it's just straight darkness.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
most of the time it's straight darkness and stuff, whatever. Now this time it's like straight darkness. My feet touch ground. So I'm not drowning. It's just darkness. Then I see eyes, like dots of an eye and stuff like way off in the distance, it's glowing. So I'm looking like, I gotta fight a fucking demon now? Like, you know.
This is wild.
And then when I wake up and stuff, I'm looking like, I keep sweating because the dream keeps like adding on.
Right.
So I thought like maybe I played too much fucking video games, but I haven't played video games and stuff like that. So far, like, but
yeah,
like past my 30s, haven't really been playing video games and stuff like that. But at 33, 34, I got the dream.
Right.
So I'm hoping like in my 40s, I don't see this fucking dream no more, because that means I have to pick up a fucking weapon and kill what the fuck the red eyes were over there in the corner.
I've always heard this comment. I think I heard my mom with it first, is dreams don't walk straight.
Yeah, I heard that.
Meaning, like what you're dreaming can actually be a representation of something else.
Yeah,
have you ever thought that dream may not be specifically you falling, but it may be representation of something else?
I don't even know where to start. I mean, I'm all over the place. I could say maybe I'm gonna take over hell, be the new Lucifer, aka
That's why
king of the fuck boys.
That's why your foot touched the ground.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm good down here.
Feet planted, 10 toes down. I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like me, and when I hear about dream readers and everything like that, I'm like, I'm too cynical for that shit, man. I mean,
right.
Like, when I hear like, I dreamt a fish.
Yeah.
Who pregnant?
Who pregnant?
Look here, dog.
Who pregnant? Yeah, and keep it a buck though. I know somebody who got that fish dream down on lock. Cause they be like, they be telling me the fish dream, and then like the next day, and they be like, so-and-so's pregnant. See, I told you. And I'll be like, damn, maybe you are clairvoyant or some shit. But nightmares, I don't really have. But I'll tell you this one recurring dream that I have. And it doesn't matter the setting. But sometimes I'll have this recurring dream that I'm chewing gum. Right?
Okay.
And the more I try to get rid of the gum, take the gum out of my mouth, the more gum comes in my mouth and I'm chewing.
So you break it apart?
I take it out, right? Out of my mouth. And then instantly there's more gum and I'm chewing, right?
That's the Houdini gum.
And then it's like, it's so much, it fills my mouth to the point where I can't say anything.
And now you can't breathe?
And no, I can breathe.
Okay.
I just can't speak. I can't say anything, right?
What if you were chewing on the condom instead of a gum?
No, fuck you. So then I'm like, when I wake up, I'm like, maybe I need to talk less. Maybe the dream is telling me that like, I shouldn't be saying certain things around certain people.
I get what you're saying.
You understand?
Like it is. So I was seeing like a good portion like dream experts.
Right.
And let's say I saw a few documentaries, 1 or 2 different kind of, I want to say sub series about dreams and nightmares. And a lot of people were saying that most people using their nightmares as training.
Okay.
Right? For preparation for things.
Right.
Right? Because a lot of times the brain is a memory jungle. Things go in, don't come out. So that's the reason why people who have dementia, they'll shout out things from way in their past, because again, things go in and don't come out and stuff. Now, the great thing is that when it comes to experiences and theory, is that you've been given a lot of theory, but now when you have the experience to kind of lock in things together, this now, I want to say, new level unlocked with said person. So now you're looking like, they probably told you need to learn how to shut the fuck up, and they probably told you stop chewing so much gum, or condoms in my case, because I think like you couldn't breathe, and if it's unstoppable, then it's the rubber. How you the Trojan man get in your throat? You got some explaining to do. Anywho, back to the thought.
Back to the thought.
You have your experiences, formulating stuff with what they done told you.
Right.
You just had nothing to link it together with.
Right.
Right? Enter the REM sleep now. When you're in this dream notion and stuff, they told you maybe to shut the fuck up. And then you probably heard a teacher tell you not to chew gum for blah, blah, blah purpose and stuff. And now your brain found a way and stuff to link everything kind of like together in said dream.
Okay.
Right? Then that happens often and stuff too. Even the whole thing with supernaturals and stuff as well.
Right.
Most of if you look at it, if you didn't really grow up or mess with anything like Christian Catholic, what is your culture's demons? Because I want to say a lot of people who grew up in a Christian Catholic kind of world, they're the ones that formulate demons for something they can't understand.
Right.
Right? Like I want to look at it stuff as you would say the word alien, it might be something that you know is coming from the sky.
Right.
Demon is just someone that's here, but it was lurking.
So I had let me tell you how pastors interpretate that. They call them, they're not called demons no more. They're called interdimensional beings.
What kind of new millennial pastor is
this? Because you can go out of space and see beings out of space, but those are not the only beings. There's interdimensional beings. Now that you're entering into these different realms, these different planes.
That's a preacher talking like that?
Yeah. I was like, oh, so now you just trying to be new age. You're trying to be new age right now. You're bypassing the whole demon thing and you're switching the whole thing around.
I don't know if I'm these progressive preachers and stuff like that. No, because I look at it where maybe call it programmed or something from my brain and stuff, but I look at it as where my aunt says, salute to my auntie. She always says, she's like, old time religion can't done. Like old school shit can't die.
Right.
She's like, no matter how far away you are from fucking religion, or how much agnostic or you don't believe in anything,
right?
A man will fuck a woman, atheist. Or a man or atheist, or a man will fuck a person in a missionary position.
And you're like, oh God,
thank you. Were you there? And I was like, that is so fucking true. But she meaning a lot of old school stuff has been there.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the damn time.
Right.
Why are you changing the old school shit up and never let that shit be doctrinated and just left alone? Put to the side, bookkeeping history. Leave that.
Yeah.
No, people want to go in and remix and change this shit, whatever. Like the DC stuff we were talking about.
Right.
You're making Robin bisexual and all this type of stuff. No, create a brand new character. Let that person and stuff be bisexual on their own. Yeah. Don't fuck with classic Robin
leave it alone.
We have. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. With the religious aspects and stuff too.
Right.
Like they want to like, oh no, that's not a demon no more. It's a interdimensional. You create your own new shit over there. Interdimensional being. And then leave my Jesus and his peoples and stuff alone.
I said, I've seen interdimensional beings. That was the movie Pulse, no?
Sign. It was sign. Yeah.
But no, you're 100% correct, man. It's like, and the funny thing is, like, it's not gonna die away. It's like the reason why it's in print now is because it's passed by oral through generations to be able to come print.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, certain things, stuff we just leave alone as a classic and stuff. You want to retell it and remix it in a movie? Sure, but we know, again, the book is still much better than the movie.
Did I tag you on the post with the China wants to rewrite all religious materials?
A lot of people tag me on that. I seen that one.
You seen it? I tag you because I know you was telling me about, is it time for a new revision? China thinks it's time for a new revision.
I mean,
China thinks it's time for a new revision.
I joke and jest, but I look at it stuff as where we have to know for a fact that, again, in one setting of time,
right,
is different from the current setting of time.
Of course.
Because it's kind of like, let's say there might be some religious doctrine somewhere, not even the Bible, but let's say there's something where such and such had to travel with the message of the Lord.
Right.
right? What if you had something and stuff that said like that, and then now modern day time, you got to travel shit. Send an email.
Send an email.
Send an email. Make a phone call. Send a text message.
So the Chinese now are trying to say, okay, we're going to go in, we're going to write them, but we're going to write the document. We're going to write it so that's in line with what we believe in and what we think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's up to them to say, it's up to them to go ahead and rewrite it? Because we only got the New Testament after we got Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So now, are we looking for somebody who's going to spearhead it and somebody who we can believe in and say, okay, you know what? That we can trust this person and say, okay, we're going to rewrite after that.
But us as people today can't even believe in political leaders.
Mm.
So to say we're going to pick somebody and stuff and choose, like, look at the Dalai Lama the other day trying to tongue kiss little boys, tell little boys to suck on his tongue.
Right.
Right? You're finding people who claim they might be holier than thou. A lot of people there's people that say that they're prophets, and other people will say that they're claiming as their false prophets. We don't know. We can't pick a person.
Right.
In this modern day age.
In this modern day and age.
We cannot pick a person. Right? So as something I'm like, no, we can't. It's too hard. Like if they just write a revision and stuff, or write like, let's say, the New Testament, let it be something reflecting today's world.
Right.
It has to reflect today's world. Because
that's some hard shit though, because today's world is divided on so many things.
You gotta talk about it. You gotta talk about it.
Today's world is divided on so many things, man.
And then, like I said, like the religious folk, I look at it where, most religions preach love.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you have people like Karl Marx, religion is the opium of masses. So, okay, what's the key base thing and stuff to religion? Is it love? Is it peace? I don't care what you participate in. I might participate in this kind of thing.
Right.
If your key thing is love or your key thing is peace, let's come with a 10-point plan.
Yeah. And I can rock with that.
Yeah.
And I can rock with that. Listen, I'm not going to tell you who you need to believe in,
mm-hmm.
right? I'm not going to tell you who you to follow, right? But if whoever you believe in and whoever you follow is giving you morals and principles that are just, I'm for that. I'm for that.
All right. What else we got on this lovely episode? Is being called a colored person a bad word to you?
Nah.
No?
No.
You okay with it?
I mean, I grew up with the whole blacks thing. Black is a color. Black is not a person. Black is a color.
Yes, black is a color.
Black is a color
/ hue for the technical folks.
/ hue for the technical folks.
I don't know. I want to say for me, back then, let's say this. A younger Marvin.
Right.
Yes. Younger Marvin, yes. Colored people or colored person might have maybe ruffled a feather or two, but not to that point, even to like rage. But you might get a different tone, different attitude or persona.
Yeah.
Now I don't even.
Why would it bother younger Marv?
Because I think I'm in my head of stuff from when living in America, you have, whites and the colored stuff.
Yeah.
Going on. So that's more ingrained into like my brain.
Right.
So now with this whole, superior white complex thing.
Yeah.
When you're saying colored now, that means you're not saying, when you're saying color, you're not saying, I'm an Asian person talking to other colored people and stuff, whatever. No, you're quote unquote colored too.
Right.
So you're saying like a white complex superiority kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you're like,
because I always
be like, bitch, who told you you're better than me?
I've always looked at colored meaning just non-white and not specifically black.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's for everybody. Right?
And I think that's the only time I had a problem with colored.
What?
Because when they started replacing black with colored, right?
Mm-hmm.
it kind of like expanded the struggle.
Yeah, so that somebody I knew had a definite issue with that when they explained it to me, because let's say the Latino struggle and the Asian struggle,
right?
You know, and let's say the East Indian struggle,
right,
is different from the Black struggle,
yeah,
right. So, and these are all people of color, more so.
Yeah.
So I look at it where, why are you thinking Mr. Asian person has the same struggle as Mr. Black person over here?
Right.
Mr. Asian person, they can walk downtown or they can walk a specific area and stuff at night. Police drive past them, wouldn't even flinch.
Right.
And then you have me now, they're looking at stuff like, nah, Asian guy didn't seem like he was too much of a troublemaker. This one right here, just in case.
Yeah, that's not a colored struggle. That's a black struggle
right,
in itself. So I think that's the problem. That was one of the reasons that I had an issue with the word colored, because now it's like you're trying to water down what we were going through. You know what I mean?
But so okay, Canada works with the word BIPOC or the acronym for BIPOC.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
Yeah, it's again, right? I was like, I know when they say BIPOC
stands for Black, Indigenous People of Color. So again, that's just, to me, two races.
Yeah.
You're excluding the Asian like struggles. You're excluding, you know what I'm saying? So look like.
So is there an APOC?
I heard a Tupac before.
Yeah, I heard a Tupac too. I don't know if there's an APOC. I heard a BIPOC and Tupac.
So people of color, a person of color is, you find that more politically correct for you?
If you're going to speak to a group of people that are not white, then yes. If you're addressing my Black community, then just say Black. I have no problems with. I have no problems.
So okay. This is in Arizona now.
Right.
There's a representative, let's say a Republican representative, Eli Crane. Eli Crane was giving a speech or giving a discussion and stuff pertaining to, let's say, U.S. arms and a lot of the troops and other categories that pertain to spending and budgets and stuff along that line.
Yeah.
And he said a lot of these things kind of, paraphrasing, put some things disparity for colored people.
Right.
Representative Joyce Beatty now, Democratic side, she jumped up and said like,
she Black?
Yeah, she Black.
She Black.
You need to take away, you need to retract that. I'm offended by colored people. But I'm like,
is it because he said
NAACP? The CP is colored people.
Is it because he said colored people and not people of color? Like, I don't get it.
So that's what I'm saying. But okay, we still have NAACP.
Yeah.
CP is colored people.
It sure is.
So if you got beef with him, you got beef with them. You have to have beef with them. Change the name.
Right.
But again, I'm saying, we have something already that was set there. You're not feeling it? Create some brand new shit then. If not, and that's why I look at it as like, yo, there's bigger fish in the world to fry.
Of course.
And I feel like the more, and I laugh all the time to myself. I'm like, I'm bit by bit, I'm sounding like Morgan Freeman.
Right.
But Morgan Freeman said it one time. He said, if we keep putting emphasis on Black and white, it's going to be an issue.
Right.
It's going to be a constant issue.
Right.
I'm not saying we forget about it. Like when people are like, oh, I don't see color. No, you do see color. But we come from different worlds, different cultures. Just try to respect and understand everybody.
I'm trying to... And I know there is some reasoning. I'm just trying to... I don't know what it is, why they moved from calling Black people just Black people to POC, people of color. Is it that they felt like the term Black was offensive?
What, Black people?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like,
I'm not offended
because I'm not offended from it. Right?
I'm not offended.
I'm just trying to figure out, like when I first heard the term BIPOC, I'm like, what the fuck is BIPOC? Because it was brand new to me.
Man, they threw that shit out heavy, like in
BIPOC
in 2021.
Right?
Like BIPOC. I was like, look this shit up. I'm like, that's what it meant. I was like, oh, okay.
So it's like, I'm like, so when I seen it, I was like, Why y'all can't say black people? What happened to black people? Why we replaced with BIPOC? And then that's when I got the feeling of, oh shit, they trying to lessen our struggle by making it seem like it's a struggle with everybody that's non-white. And I can see that white is a dominated culture worldwide or wherever they're dominant, as a people. And everybody else is of color. But not everybody else of color struggle is the same. It's not.
Do you consider a white American person the same as a white Russian person?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like some, even from an Italian perspective and stuff,
yeah,
some of my friends who are Italian descent, they don't consider themselves like regular white people.
No, they don't. Let a race war happen.
Self-hate.
And see what they consider themselves then.
You think they'll have a race war? Like, no.
No, but I'm just saying, if a race war was to pop off tomorrow, you had to choose sides.
The whites are sticking together, man.
Okay then, man. And that's why I say I don't see them any different.
Yeah, you're gonna see Skylar and Sergey.
And it's just like I'm like, yo, North American blacks will have a beef with Africans. And I'm like, yo, white people see us all as one. We all the same black people. They don't differentiate North American from African.
Facts. So there's this question going around. And I don't know if you're a gym goer. I'm a gym goer every now and then.
Every now and then?
Yeah, every lunar eclipse, I might touch a gym.
You might touch a gym?
But
when's the last time you touched a gym?
2022.
Nice.
I want to say November 2022.
Yeah.
So my joke now is, the gym I went into, the women dress very kind of respectable.
Right.
No disrespect.
The gym attire. Proper gym attire.
What is proper gym attire? Because hold on. Speak up louder into the mics for the Keke Palmer fans. You're telling a woman what to wear.
You're telling a woman what to wear. No. Let's get this straight. Camera here. Camera there. And camera there. I'm not telling
typical man.
I'm not telling women.
Telling a woman what to do with her body.
Women. Gym goers, men and women. There's proper attire, proper gym attire. Okay, I clean that up a bit.
Yeah, okay. You're trying to get safeguarded.
Okay,
because it's. Let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
God bless. My favorite line is research. I do it for the research.
Of course,
I need my own shirt. I do it for the research.
Do it for the research.
When I'm out here looking on these blogs and these everything and stuff for the current events and seeing what the topics are possible, then curating for the show.
Right.
Some of the places I go to and be like women dominated. And it's like it might be a women's show.
Yeah.
Then places might be another guy's locker room type of place.
Okay.
And they have little posts and blogs and stuff about different people like hot studs for the women's side and stuff, whatever.
Right.
Ebony men. I see all this shit. I'm like, I ain't trying to see all of that. Now. On the male one that I look at for research, they have a lot of list of like gym hotties.
Okay.
The shit that these gym hotties wear.
Right.
I don't know where the fuck you can concentrate with all of that. Like all of that.
Right.
In all of that.
Right.
Because look at the stuff like, one, they're let's say this. I appreciate a bigger person busting their ass in the gym.
Yeah.
Because I know they're there for like a purpose.
Right.
I feel like they're there for a purpose.
Right.
To get healthy.
Right.
I don't know the other person's struggle and everything like this, but in the gym, no, not in the November time. When I went to the gym and stuff, and I think I went to the gym like maybe in the September, October time before that.
Okay.
Oh.
They were wilding?
She came with the Hoochie Mama shorts on, the matching little, like, let's say, little top.
Yeah.
And she did the little leg thing, the bend all over and everything like that. I kept my head so straight. And I'm looking like, this is not fair. Right?
Right.
This is not fair. So when I walked around to go get the curls, like to go curl something, whatever, I'm like, you know what? Let me just do a little presses and stuff and just be out. The minute I put it down, she's like, can I help you? Like, I'm staring at her. I was like, hold on. So I popped off my headphones and stuff, and I'm like, what'd you say?
Right.
She's like, no, you were looking at me, so I thought you were going to say something and stuff. I said, the world doesn't revolve around you, my girl. So she's like, oh, but the way how she was dressed, I tried to make sure my eye contact.
Yeah. Because you don't want to give her no excuse at that point.
It was like a bright orange type of sports bra thing, stomach out, the hoochie mama coochie cutter shorts and everything and stuff. How the fuck you gonna concentrate? And much as she's doing the little leg thing, the little little leg press thing and stuff. So you see all nothing but glutes. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a problem, Houston. So,
well, I mean, there's that because they don't want people to look at them dressed the way that they're dressed.
So should there be proper?
But I'm saying it from the fact that, you know, people share equipment.
You talking about what, germs wise and everything?
Yeah, like you sweat from certain places, and you
look here. Let me tell you the wildest thing. You got pay attention.
Yeah.
You were little. I don't know how this worked and stuff in Canada. When I went to school and stuff when I was younger, in grade school, especially living in Florida, we used to play basketball before school.
Right.
That's one level of sweat.
Right.
Motherfuckers left their house fresh.
Right.
Play basketball before school, one level of sweat.
Right.
Gym class in the same fucking clothes, another level of sweat. Right? Not including like the regular other shit and stuff. That's 3 levels of sweat.
3 levels of sweat.
And then motherfuckers might get a little go bathe and stuff, whatever, later. If they had decent parents.
Not the these parents, these scientists' parents. I say 3 times a week is okay.
All right, you read that shit too. That's just fucking disgusting to me. I wanted to gag.
Yeah.
I was like,
So if you're decent parents, not one of those parents, we're talking to decent parents. You know,
the motherfucker said it was dermatologist.
Yeah, that was
dermatologist said 2 to 3 times a week. Fucking disgusting to me. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh well. My skin get dry. That's why they make lotion.
They're gonna make lotion.
But that's what I'm saying. All that movement before, motherfuckers don't give a fuck. I've been to gyms and stuff several times. Let's say that gym that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In my building.
Okay. Yeah.
It's in my building.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the other gyms, let's say if it's attached far from like wherever the hell you live.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are showers in most of these places. And some people don't feel comfortable showering in those type of places.
Right.
Maybe just change the clothes. But then again, some of them and stuff, whatever, that's just the last thing on their mind.
Yeah.
So fuck your germs and all that type of stuff. Some people and stuff will raw dog jump right on the bench when they saw a person leave off of it and stuff, but they just don't see the mark of sweat.
Right.
So they just think everything's peachy keen.
But I'm like, even for
it lives on the surface.
Even for them though, if you're like wearing hoochie mama shorts and you go sit down on something that was sweat ridden,
it's going up their cooter. Going up the cooter.
Like, this might be for your own safety. That's it. Ban all hoochie mama shorts from the gym.
So you think you don't think there's some guys out there thotting it up out there with the
them too, and that's why
the G-Unit wife beaters,
and ladies,
the ones that only cover up the nipples,
and ladies. That's why I say proper gym attire for both men and women. Don't come at me. I wasn't just shooting the shot at you.
Tisk. I wanted to talk to you about changes within the music world. Not really too much drastically, but changes with the artist. Can the artist change? So let's say you have, I know in reggae, and like more in the dancehall scene, you have some people and stuff moving forward to going from heavy dancehall before to gospel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We can accept this change?
Yeah, I can accept it.
You would say like, oh, this person saw some shit. This their new way. Because Montel Jordan did the same, you know?
Yeah.
Montel Jordan was womanizer type dude and became reverend.
I actually follow this R&B singer named Bobby Storm, right? On IG. I was following Fred the Godson first, and I think she did something with Fred. I was like, yo, this girl's voice is amazing. So I started following her, and I introduced my wife to her, right? Because it's like you like good vocalists. And my wife started following her and stuff as well. And I think sometime last year, I'm not sure if it was at last year or the beginning of this year, she was always kind of, you know what I mean? She always had like an air of spirituality about her.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure if something happened, if something life altering happened. But now she's like mostly majority gospel now.
Okay.
I was like, well, you still sound good.
How was her world before? Was it more thugged out street shit?
No, it wasn't thugged out street stuff. It was
Okay.
more like I would say like your typical world.
I don't
But
know.
just
what typical is.
the fact that she was, I think the only reason why she would have made it into that street realm was just by the singing. And then she had like she lived in the city.
So
where
she's
she
a
probably-
singer. She's not a rapper.
No, she's a singer.
Okay.
She's a singer. So she's probably amongst it, but not necessarily in it.
No,
You know what I mean?
no. I thought she was a rapper. That's
No. She's a singer.
Because
She's a
you're
singer.
saying she was with Fred the Godson. So that's
Well, that's yeah. She was. I think she was like
singing
as a
hook.
tracker, and she was singing a hook.
Oh, okay. See, because I look at it stuff as where, all right, you have so many artists and stuff like Chris Brown,
Right.
right? Chris Brown and his run-ins and his situations and stuff. But we live in a world where we're just overly involved into celebrities now.
Yeah.
Can you separate the fan? Can you separate the music from the man?
You should be able to. You should be able to, but depending
Chris Brown.
on Chris Brown, yeah, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to just. I guess it depends on how you look at the person, right? If that person is capable of changing their ways, and you feel like if you feel like they're capable of changing their ways, right? Because you'll have some people that will say that they change their ways, and they're actually the same person, right? But they're putting up this front because they feel like this front may get them further, right? And yeah, people will just be like, "Nah, I know who you are. I see the wolf under the sheep's clothing. You're the same person."
And this I'm saying, like, that's the reason why I was saying like the whole change thing,
right?
With the whole gospel aspect and stuff, because well, not really that person, but let's say the dancehall people,
right?
You had Mana Gallus, Hot Fuck,
yeah.
These kind of songs coming from Vegas and stuff, whatever. Till now, I Am Blessed.
Well, I mean,
so then that's what I'm saying. Like,
look at Lady Saw too. Lady Saw's a full out Christian singer, right?
So now you have these people and stuff where before they were all this,
right?
And now they've made the change and stuff, whatever, to this,
yeah,
right? Their music and their world. Will you consider that still together? Because now they've overall changed into this gospel person and stuff. So
I think
would they still drop a Hot Fuck?
I think we can still appreciate and we can still listen to it. Just understand that they may not perform it again. They may never perform that song again because that's no longer them.
Okay. So and that person who can say that can separate the person from the music,
right? Yeah.
Because instead of you're waiting for them to like, all right, I Am Blessed is done. Do Hot Fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Do Hot Fuck.
Yeah, you just gotta know
Hot Fuck now.
You just gotta know that no, they're in a different stage in their life. That's no longer it, right?
I brought my daughters here.
I mean, we talked about this earlier. I mean, I laugh every time you say it. But it's like women after they pass age of 40, they become Christian,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Men too. Yeah.
But it might be just a life defining moment, right? And we can't excuse singers from having that life defining moment. Maybe something comes in there's that, right? But that doesn't change the fact that they may have had classics or smash hits prior to that. Those are still going to be classics and smash hits.
R. Kelly.
Hey.
You know what I thought about too? The pioneers of the ratchet rap for women. Who are the pioneers of ratchet rap for women?
I have Little Kim up there.
I got Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, Salt and Pepper?
I got Salt and Pepper.
Push It?
Yeah.
Push It.
Push It. Push It was risque for its time.
Push It was risque for its time.
So they are the pioneers. And Salt is a preacher now, right? She's a reverend.
Mm-hmm.
We giving her time to change. Yeah. We separated the person from the music.
Lady Saw, if him left, I know my pussy fucked. I'm like, that. I'm like, keep out. What you saying there? You got good pussy? All right, we rolling with that. No, she ain't singing that, not at all.
One day the city girls are gonna change. They're
You
gonna
know,
make
they're
different-
gonna change.
I'm hoping.
You hoping?
I'm hoping one day the city girls will change. I want JT to have real. I don't even call it the bar is real. It's not like I'm shitting on them, but that's just how, like you talk about it all the time, the industry and the machine.
Yeah.
You'll be a fool. Like when with that girl, the Pound Town, Sexy Red, like you'd be a fool not to make a rap song as a female artist, not to get in that kind of lane.
No, that's the lane that's moving right now.
Exactly, pretty much.
That's the lane that's moving right now.
And so that's why when I have other
it's sorry, I don't mean to cut you. It's funny because the rapper that's on Ninth Wonders label on Jamla. She's on Jamla Records.
Who was that? Rhapsody?
Rhapsody.
Yeah.
I think she's so friggin' dope. But she's never gonna be pumped mainstream to how the ratchet rap artists are being pumped mainstream.
So what is mainstream to you now? When you talking about like
mainstream, I mean it's like heavy rotation on like radio and like radio. Because you can get a good amount of play on streaming platforms, but only really mainstream artists are still getting those high rotation plays on radio.
So I feel like this is my opinion. I don't know.
Because I can tell you, I've heard okay, let's just use Flow as an example, right?
Okay.
On Flow, I can hear City Girls, right? I can hear Nicki Minaj. I can hear Cardi B, right? I can hear Doja. I can hear Stallion. I won't hear Rhapsody.
Right, because I think that's I don't know what the slogan is because every station is different, right?
Right.
It's the hits that move you, so they have to consider it hits now, right? And then hits will be, I guess, considered like top 40 stuff or top in like set genre.
Right.
Now, but
as a rapper, they say if you're making top 40 music, you're crossing over to mainstream.
So that also okay. So that's what you consider main, like
yeah. If you're doing top 40 music, that's mainstream.
No, so you're saying like radio is top is mainstream.
Yeah, because it plays mostly top 40, right? You'll have the one or few spots that will play like you might have like a hip hop station.
I don't think we really go by Billboard standards anymore.
You don't think so?
My personal opinion. The people thing. No, I think most of the billboards and award shows and stuff, whatever, are popping off now, and especially in today's time, all fictional like data they're given for like these awards. And because I look at it stuff as like, if they really release like the data on like, let's say set songs, set albums and stuff and the amount of plays that they do worldwide, it's a different dance.
Yeah.
Because even like, especially that's what I was saying, pertaining to like Spotify, I feel like Spotify is like the number one like music platform out here possible.
Right.
I think Apple Music is next because I feel like there's a ton of Apple iPhone users.
Yeah.
They should have been Apple Music subscribers, but they fuck with Spotify over, or they might even be dual.
Right.
Right?
I almost think YouTube is up there too, rivaling.
I'm not shaming YouTube and stuff for it, but the reason I put YouTube in kind of like in a different category, because I want to say YouTube music is fresh.
Right.
Right? When YouTube before and stuff was just like the video thing. So it's kind of like now when they implemented YouTube music, you can now click screen close and do other apps.
Yeah.
When before you can't run no other apps besides YouTube.
Well, the reason why I say YouTube, right, is because it's a service that you don't have to pay for, right? And majority of people I know, as soon as they hear something about a new song, they'll go and see if it's on YouTube.
To you. For me, music, Spotify. I give Spotify this thing and stuff. Only this kill now because Spotify has playlists.
Right.
Curated playlists. I don't know if YouTube and stuff, unless you pay past the paywall, you have curated playlists. They have bootleg playlists.
It's playlists, but it's in a different thing. Right, yeah.
Because it's a similarity of some type of things and stuff for that. And these other ones on Spotify,
right?
They have ones that are curated by the platform, and then you have user ones that are created and stuff, whatever, too.
Right.
Right? So if it's curated by the platform, and let's say you're looking for like backpacker rap.
Right.
top backpacker rap or like backpacker rap trending songs and stuff, whatever, you're finding Rhapsody in there in a top dog type of thing.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. The landscapes and stuff now, it's not so, I want to say, one-sided before when like pop, there's different subgenres to the pop.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like if you listen to possible Britney Spears fans might listen to Olivia Rodrigo. And possible Britney Spears fans might not even know who the fuck Olivia Rodrigo is.
Right.
Right? But in all, the mother base is still pop.
Right.
Right? But they're different styles of pop.
Mm.
So I look at it where you get more curation and you're finding more for what you need in these platforms.
Right.
So you don't have to be mainstream on radio, but you can still be king and dog and stuff.
But even with those platforms, right?
Right.
What works for the artist that's not mainstream in that platform is that people will go and search for what they want. Just like the courier list, right? You know you like old school hip hop, you're going to search for old school hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. With radio, right? If it's a top 40 radio, you don't get to choose what you listen to. If you're listening to top 40 radio, you're at the mercy of what they're playing you. And they're not going to play you anything that's not mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's it. If it's on radio, if you're looking at, and that's why I say radio, I look at radio. If you're on radio in that top 40 thing,
mm-hmm.
then you're mainstream. You're no longer underground. Because I don't hear underground stuff on radio. Unless it's college, unless it's like a dedicated show like made in Toronto. You know what I mean? Where they just play all Toronto hip hop. Unless it's dedicated like that.
And that's similar to that might be the curation aspect.
Yeah, that's
stuff,
right.
So I don't know too many places radio wise that does that. So, and the people, my friends and stuff, my friends, they don't listen to radio. No, they don't listen to radio. So radio's irrelevant to them. And I feel like a good portion of certain people is like that as well too, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. These artists, I can separate the music from the musician. I just hope in the whole grand scheme of things, everybody, you listen to what you have the liking and to the feeling and stuff, whatever too. Because I look at, and I just like it when, I want to say, hip hop has been, to me, has been a landscape and stuff where not too many people can kind of cross over into. I want to say, are people crossing over to other landscapes and stuff, whatever? Let me say this. There's Asian rappers, there's Chinese rappers, right? Like Al Rocco, and there's Japanese rappers, and there's Russian rappers, and all these type of stuff. Some of the mainstream people, let's say like in France and everything, I heard they do tracks with Jadakiss, or like there's a French Rick Ross. I call him the French Rick Ross.
Right.
He's out there doing things. He did tracks and stuff with Future. I look at people with them doing their thing in their world.
Yeah.
And in the landscape of hip hop, yes, they're doing good. Certain places won't bring them in or take them in and give them a chance.
Right.
Right. And then I look at on opposite side, like, is this a race thing? Is it a language thing? Like, what is it? Why it won't kind of bleed over and cross over and stuff? Because you have country from, let's say, the UK.
Yeah.
Would that be the same country as Canadian Stampede country? Because Shania Twain is the Stampede country.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then would Shania Twain still be in the same landscape as a Dolly Parton, American, like, was it bluegrass country? Is that what it is?
Country. I'm not sure if it's bluegrass, but I think she would mention the same name as a Dolly Parton.
Okay.
And then you have Classified is on the East Coast. Rascals used to be out west. So I guess Rascals, as far as like a hip hop group, a Canadian hip hop group would be concerned. I think if it's done in English and it's understandable, I think you have an easier chance of breaking through into other markets.
Into what, hip hop?
if you're doing hip hop,
or you're talking about language just in general.
in general, I think you have chances in breaking into other markets.
Because
I
I was
think
about to say,
like
some of the K-pop stuff, whatever, some of it's in English and not majority of it.
right, some
And
of it
they
is in
broke
English.
well over
And
here.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If it's to a point where you can understand it, then I think it has a chance. I think if I'm rapping it and I'm only rapping in Chinese
Mhm.
and only Chinese people can understand me, then I can't expect it to take off worldwide. Maybe spots where I know there's Chinese communities may pick it up, but as like a worldwide to be playing on a radio station.
Yeah, but I don't think every artist makes songs like to say it's going to be a worldwide thing. I think it's just going to be like, it's for them, their peoples and their vibe.
Yeah, no, if you're cool with that, then that's 100%, right? Like,
what if somebody else in another part of the world, their coochie might not be pink and their booty hole might not be brown, right?
I don't know what to say.
Then Pound Town might not relate to them.
Pound Town might not relate to them?
Nah. Let's get to the question of the week, man. Question of the week. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What is the worst piece of advice you've ever got?
Worst piece of advice?
Worst.
Oh. Men shouldn't cry.
Men shouldn't cry.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I think it's a stupid advice.
How often should men cry? Men
should cry when they feel like they need to cry.
So if it's like, let's say twice a day.
If you feel like you need to cry twice a day, cry twice a day, man.
Okay.
If you feel like you need to cry 5 times a day, cry 5 times a day.
Okay.
It's an emotional release. Don't be bottled up. Don't let nobody fool you. Grown men can cry.
Yes, I agree. Worst piece of advice, take showers 2 to 3 times a fucking week.
That was fresh.
Fuck every dermatologist that agreed
fresh.
to that. What kind of shit is that?
I don't know, Marv. I don't know.
Man, they can kick rocks. Anywho. No, man, like.
I mean, but I was surprised, Marv. I mean, this is coming fresh off of known celebrities talking about they don't bathe often.
Okay. Is hygiene a culture thing?
I think it is.
Really?
I think it is.
Really?
I think it is. Jamaicans might not even know the benefits of bathing every day, but your ass better be bathing every day. Because it's something that they've been handed down to. It's not a question. It's no, they don't even know why. They're just like, I need to be fresh every day.
So, okay, because
there might be some validity. I don't know, but I'm trained to be fresh every day.
Well, because I look at it where, all right, women on the planet,
right?
Oh shit, we gotta watch how we say line shit up now, whatever.
Yeah. Do you need a second to frame it properly, or you gonna let it fly?
I'm not gonna make mega millions off this shit.
You gonna let it fly?
I'm gonna make decent money and decent meal, and then women born with vaginas and uteruses.
Okay.
Right. It's all right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They have, let's say, Mother Nature taking place and stuff, whatever, the menstruation.
Right.
Some parts in the world, I heard women don't even have chance or access to sanitation stuff possible and everything like that, right? So, okay. I don't know what those regiments in other parts of the world, what did they do to kind of, for them to keep fresh and everything. Now, I know the culture that I come from and stuff, like you said, certain things that get down like that. There's set men that deal with set women from other cultures with lack of hygiene and everything like that. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I don't like nobody out I'm rocking with it that smell like fresh ass armpits. Straight like that. Like if you smell like a rally burger and rally burgers and stuff like
I said rally burger.
Like the onion, like rallies, don't cancel me, rallies. Like I fuck with the food every now and then.
Yeah, we just don't want people to smell like you. That's all. That's a major
fact. How do you not? Like, I want to say this time stuff like, fuck. I shower in the morning to start my day, but I
Yeah.
look at it as like if I had an action-packed freaking day and stuff, whatever, damn right, I'm gonna shower and stuff before I go to my damn bed.
See, this is a dangerous topic right now because when you go to the club, right?
Talk about it. Shower.
People who are going to the club,
They shower before.
they're putting their best foot forward
Correct.
to show up at the club.
Right.
How you know that girl that you're talking to or the guy that you're talking to at the club ain't one of those 3 times a week bathers?
You don't.
You don't.
That's why you don't really fuck on the first date.
Yeah, you better not be bugging on the
That was always, I want to know, not always. I want to say the latter part and stuff. I want to say dating again in my 30s.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, so I was like, a lot of these motherfuckers and stuff don't, you know, because I remember one day I seen it happen. Like a woman I went to the club with and everything, she's like, oh, if any case, you just get dressed, come to my house, blah, blah, blah. So I was doing something way back, I don't know, let's say like the 4 or 5 o'clock time. So,
Yeah.
you know what, let me go home and shower, do what I got to do. Shower, got dressed, end up going to her house for like the 8. We're getting ready to go somewhere else and stuff, whatever, to go eat. And then
Right.
we're going to go out to the spot.
Okay.
Right? She showered and stuff before I got there to the spot and everything. We talking about like we up there, we're having a good time.
Right.
We had the food, dancing, all that type of stuff. And like, yo, like legit, because it was kind of more her squad.
Yeah.
They're there dancing, doing all the above, hair sweating, this sweating.
Right.
Makeup coming off on her,
Right,
everything.
right,
Had a
right.
good damn time.
Mm-hmm.
And then went back to her spot. And
Right.
then I kind of looked at it stuff is that, you know, she just kind of just took off the clothes and just laid down in the bed. I was like,
Is this what we're doing?
yeah. All right. So I'm just going to mind my business.
This is what
All
we're
right,
This is what we're doing. You just gonna lie down in your funk?
she put a bonnet on.
Oh, you gonna bonnet up your funk?
And she's like, good night. I was like, hey, yo. I'm going to go home.
Exit stage left?
Yeah. You're not trying to say no.
Yeah.
Yes.
She came home, she didn't even take a shower even.
No.
Exit stage left. Exit stage right.
Just yuck.
You're not staying there the night.
Yuck.
Yuck.
Nasty. It's fucking. Anywho,
Get
to the Ask the Sons.
Ask the Sun.
First Ask the Sons comes from not_Sharon. What is the biggest lie? What's the biggest lie you've ever been told?
The biggest lie
You've ever been told? Santa Claus isn't real. No.
I mean, I think everybody's been told that big lie.
Women want a nice guy.
Nice.
Women want a nice guy. No, they want Tupac with a Harvard degree with some millions in his bank account.
Yeah. Nice guys finished last. Although I believe that's 90% true. I don't think we all finish last. I think there's 10% of us that get that breakthrough and shine.
Not every guy's fucking nice.
Not every guy's nice.
Not every guy's nice. Not even 90% of guys I feel like is nice. I feel like if I'm looking at men, the men that I know, like in totality.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
God damn. Marv looking up in the sky like he got all Scum Bagulas.
Yo, I do. Don't act like you don't know. Yeah, I want to say, keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Okay, ask yourself this. Because the motherfuckers, when we had this conversation a long time ago,
Right.
ask yourself this. But we got to handle this right here.
Right.
Would you allow any one of your friends to date your sister? That's a long hesitation right there.
I'm trying to think.
You seem like you're swimming through a fucking phone book.
Maybe one.
Exactly.
Maybe one.
And so that when they asked me stuff, I was like, yo, I got two.
Two?
I got two. And that's what I'm saying. from the two guys that say, I will allow you, I wouldn't mind you to date my sister.
Yeah.
The rest of them scumbagulas. So I look at it and I was like, no, most of these guys, they're not nice.
They're not nice.
But they're finishing nice.
They're
finishing nice.
If four out of your 5 friends scumbagulas and you're the 5th friend, what are you?
In conversion therapy.
I'm gonna see you, Pastor Marv, later on in life.
Exactly. You see how I speak on the podcast? I just have to minus off the profanity. Once I minus the profanity,
then you'll be
it's
good.
preaching.
You'll be good.
It's preaching. You tell me this is what.
Yeah, you're close. You're close.
We come here on Sunday.
You're close.
We give a good word. We give a good sermon.
Yeah.
A good lesson.
You're close.
We motivate the people.
Yeah.
That's it. Just motivate.
If swearing was allowed in the seminary, I think we'd both be up there.
Exactly, man. Exactly. What's the biggest lie you've been told, man?
That was it. That
you piggyback off mine?
No. Nice guys finished last. Kind of.
That was mine. That's what I said. Women don't want nice guys. What's your? You said you piggyback on mine.
Was it?
Yeah, that was mine. That was all me.
Oh,
like I said, they don't want a nice guy. They want Tupac with a Harvard degree with some millions.
Yeah. Nice guys finished last.
Okay. Angelic Goddess has the next question. Says, if you could have one question answered about the future, what would it be? I don't want to go too deep in the future because
when will my passing be?
When will your passing be?
Yeah.
The lotto numbers for Lotto Max. It's simple.
You saw that?
When you know when you pass?
Yeah.
Really?
Hmm?
Would that would change drastically though, because I look at it stuff as where, and this is how I formulate most of my plans and stuff. I formulate my plans and stuff like if I got to the goal,
right?
And what are the steps I need to do to get to the goal? So if you knew you were gonna die at this time and stuff, whatever, then you would probably clean up and do certain type of things and stuff. Fair. Okay. The last one comes from Monie-Moan. If you
sorry, don't mean to cut you. I was like, if I know I'm gonna pass away next week, and rent is due tomorrow, I ain't paying rent. I'm going clubbing.
Yeah,
and doing all this type of shit. That's what I was like.
Exactly, because you know how things would be so different.
Right.
But if you knew stuff that you were gonna live, your rent is due next week, and you know you ain't gonna die till like another 48 years.
I get that rent ready.
Get your rent money up.
Get that rent ready.
The last question of the week comes from Monie-Moan. She said, if you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be? I always like these ones because I feel like they always change. Go ahead. Go first.
They do always change. Loyal.
Okay.
Hardworking.
Okay.
Dependable. What's your 3?
Brilliant. Opinionated. And I want to say hyperbolous.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go with those. I'll go with those and stuff because again, it's just for me. I look at it stuff as where a brilliant person. To me, crackheads are brilliant people too, right? And somebody might be like crackhead, like me saying this stuff right now. They're like crackhead. I'm like, brilliant people always have ideas. Yeah. They're not necessarily great. They could be spur of the moment, situational. Depends. Because I always look at it stuff as I've never ever seen a crackhead really like figure out how they not gonna get cracked. They have a brilliant idea that they're gonna steal some shit. They're gonna break in somewhere. They're gonna cut a grass. They're gonna do something to get this money for this crack.
Listen, they were a thinking person before they were on the crack.
Right. So I look at like brilliant people and stuff just got the creative juices and the brain going to do something.
Yeah.
So I always like to remain like that. opinionated, or you gonna get what I gotta say.
No. We gonna get.
You're gonna get what I gotta say and stuff like that. And then that's it. And like, that's it. So yeah, that's mine.
If you look old, he gonna tell you you're old.
Yeah. What did we say the other day? Oh, my intrusive thoughts. I don't know how to keep them intrusive. I know. And then after it comes out, I'm like, shit, I said that out loud? Shit, you offended? My bad. My bad. No malice, man. No malice.
It's just the way he's built, man. It's just the way he built.
Intrusive thoughts are some real shit over here. We are here. We are at the end.
We are here.
Okay, we made it. Okay, so Say the Sons this week says, here we go. So Say the Sons this week says, success usually finds the ones that are too busy to go looking for it.
So says the Sons.
Yeah, when you're doing it, you're just doing it.
Yeah.
You just hope that everything works out well when you're doing it. And then when the success comes and stuff, is probably most of the time when you hear people like, I never really imagined it'd have been this big.
Right.
I told you, R. Kelly, I love that R. Kelly, man. R. Kelly makes some hits.
Yeah.
That song, did you ever think that you would be this rich? Did you ever think that you would have these hits? Like, you're doing the things that you need to do, but then, and if you're doing them consistently, I want to say on continuity kind of level, like you're a steadfast, you're not closed-minded, you're willing to learn more, to adapt more, to make your whatever you got going on more successful.
Yeah.
It'll be bigger than it can get bigger than you can expect.
I was a week and a half ago, I was at In the Rounds discussion, and they were interviewing Boy Wonder. And Boy Wonder, hip-hop R&B producer. One of the questions the interviewer was asking him is like, when you're in the studio, right? And you're making something, right? Like, or you're working with somebody, do you say to yourself, like, do you know right there and then, like this is gonna be a hit, this is gonna be a smash? And what Boy Wonder said goes, he's never thinking of that. It's like, he doesn't care if it's gonna be a hit or not. I'm just there to make music. That's what I love to do. That's my concentration, whether it makes a hit or not. And they mentioned how
too busy to care about. Right. This is gonna be a smash hit. It's gonna be a success.
Right.
You're just doing it.
He's like, they were talking about remember they were doing the list, and they mentioned the producer list, and he goes, yo, some people say he should be number one, and they was mentioning some other list that he was number one on. He goes, I don't care about that shit. It's not what I do it for. That's not what I do it for. If that comes, if that's a byproduct of it, I'm blessed. But it's not what I'm doing it for. And look how successful he is.
Say less. So say the Sons.
So says the Sons. Like that one.
Yes. Today this marks the end of this episode. This episode is brought to you by Smooth's Intrusive Thoughts. He keeps these motherfuckers in. Marv lets these things fly. Once again, folks, thank you again for listening to Podical Sons. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible. To the countries I didn't list today, you will get the shout out on another time.
You'll get a shout out another time.
And yes, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.